From Muscle Cat Studios, it's Curt Can't Talk.
Yes, it is, Jimbo. Hello, everybody on the internet, and welcome to the Curt Can't Talk live show. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. It's Australia Day. Happy Australia Day to all the Aussies watching. The drinking bird has done his job. We'll scoot him over there. I'm a paper man when it comes to notes on the Monday night show. It just enables me to work through it at my own pace. I can tick it off with my pen. We've got plenty to go through. I hope you've had a good Australia Day. I had a beauty. I mean, it's scorching hot. It's ridiculously hot in Adelaide at the moment, which is where Muscle Cat Studios is. I know it's very hot in Melbourne as well with the tennis. So this morning, for those of you who joined us, and I'm sure that there are a few on this stream that joined us for the NFL Outback Quarterback Podcast live stream, the first time we've been live on that channel, and it was a raging success. We watched the NFC Championship game between the Seahawks and the Rams. The Seahawks, of course, getting that done there after the Super Bowl. But thank you to everybody who joined that. That was a great day. Jimbo did a great job. We'll say hello to Jimbo in just a second. But that was a great way for us to spend Australia Day, as hot as it gets, up to 45 degrees where we are. Jimbo, let's show your beautiful face, because we got a message from my wife's mum, and where she lives, only 40 minutes away or 30 minutes away, got to 49 degrees today. Official screenshot came through. And I was going to bring this up a little bit later, but you, between the morning stream and this stream tonight, in 45 degree weather where we are, probably 47, 48 on cement, went skating.
I did indeed.
What are you doing?
It's called exercise, mate.
Ever heard of it?
No, like I was saying to you, I'm like, between 30 and 40, I don't know that it makes that big a difference when you're getting sweaty and hydrating, which will be my memoir.
It does make a bit of difference with the sunstroke and the temperature on your body. How could you bear that? Not only that, you arrived here 45 minutes early. I didn't know. I was inside doing other stuff, and you just sat in your car for 45 minutes. I mean, what's going on?
I'm polite. No, I don't know. It was
You spent a lot of day in the heat.
That's why I was here so early, because I cut it short. I'm like, an hour and 45 is probably enough.
Did you go home or did you just skate?
No, I went home in between, and then
How is that ankle, by the way, that you still haven't got checked out by the physio?
Still stiff in the mornings.
Yeah, no joke.
I was having a look online. It's like, if you're not rehabbing it and it's getting stiff, it's not great. Like, in terms of just it's going to stay stiff forever if you don't
long term
do something about it.
Who told you that for the last 7 weeks? Who was saying that to you? Yeah. Trust it when it's online, though.
Some guy that doesn't go out in the heat and exercise.
And then I'm sure that our Wednesday jaunt to Melbourne, where we walked 19.1 kilometres during the day, didn't help.
Yeah, that was a big day.
Yeah. You got out of the taxi at the airport and you were cooked.
Yeah, the ankle was definitely sore as the next morning, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Now, this is a call-in show. The lines will open soon enough. We've got a couple of things to go through, but think about if you want to call in tonight, you can do that. You can do that without showing your face as well. If you click the link in the description of this video, it's the VDO link. It's very easy. It's like Zoom, but without having to log in. Don't have to log in. Just click it. You can use it on your phone. In your name, if you don't want your face to be shown, that is fine. Just write your name and say, no face, please. And then it will just be audio. So all good. Producer Jim will look after you. So we look forward to taking your calls in just a bit. Of course, this episode is brought to you by the great people at Wayne Phillips Kia. Smooth, really smooth. Look, I tell you who's better at doing things than that, and that's Wayne Phillips Kia. I went there on Friday, caught up with Matt and Laura, the great team at Wayne Phillips Kia, and we are cooking up something pretty special for our Muscle Cat Media followers. I can't reveal anything yet. Still a few I's to dot and T's to cross, but if it gets up, it'll be pretty darn cool, and we're looking forward to that. So Wayne Phillips Kia, if you're looking for a new car, go down there and check them out. Matt will help you out. Now, you may have noticed that there is a little microphone on myself and Jimbo today, in addition to the handheld mic. We've got a vertical stream here on YouTube. Hello, everybody on the vertical stream. We're trying something a little bit different. We've got this normal, fully produced stream, which is the widescreen one, which everybody on this camera is used to seeing. But we've got the vertical stream to pick up a few stragglers, a few new people that are flicking through on their phones. So if there's anyone watching there, you're more than welcome to stay on that all night. You'll be able to hear myself and James, hopefully. That's the goal. But if you want to see the full production with a few graphics and if you want to see callers when people call in and things like that, you can always go to the Curt Can't Talk YouTube page and switch over to the other live stream, which is widescreen. But welcome to our vertical viewers. You'll just see me. Sorry you don't get to see Jimbo. Welcome to our horizontal viewers who we have every week. All right. It was a really big week, Jimbo. Really big week.
It was indeed.
Obviously, we went to the Australian Open, which I'll get into a bit of detail about that later on. Get your face on cam, Jimbo, because people want to see you. Tour Down Under we were going to go to. Intense heat all week. And we thought, well, we've got a lot coming up with the NFL watch-along and all that sort of stuff. So we decided not to go to that. But cycling fans, don't fear. We do have some cycling content coming up because I'm launching the new, more serious podcasty side of Curt Can't Talk, right? In the next couple of weeks, keep your eyes peeled. I've got an ex-pro cyclist lined up, and we're going to discuss all things cycling. All my theories that I got a call from What's Your Decision, who watches along. He called me and said, I couldn't believe the drivel you were spitting about cycling last week.
Not a fan of your take?
So I thought, well, I'm going to speak to an ex-pro cyclist and I'm going to put some of those theories to the test. My theories are basically that cycling as a sport, in my opinion, is no longer valid as a spectacle because of all the continuous scandals that plague it. Enjoy it as a social aspect. I'm not sure that I can trust the sport. So I'm going to put that to an ex-pro cyclist. We've also got a man called Adam Bannon, who is... He's a social media, content creator, but he's in the realm of cricket. And he's an Aussie, but he lives in the USA now. He's got a very interesting background, which we'll find out on the podcast. But he's basically, his job now is to teach cricket to Americans and do it online. And he's doing a good job of that. And he's agreed to come on. He found our content, subscribed to our stuff, and we did some cricket stuff, which was great because he's got a much bigger following than we do at the moment. So we'll be speaking to Adam.
So he lives there now?
He's in New York.
Yes.
He's in New York. So I'll be speaking to him this week. Also speaking to Paco Luciano. Now, Paco Luciano is a name that a couple of people, especially Ricky Dolby, if you're watching, may know. And if you listen to Australian media, football media this week, you'd know Paco because he is an American dude who has stumbled upon AFL somehow. He's sort of the opposite of Adam Bannon with Aussie going over there to teach cricket. He has found AFL online and he's fallen in love. And the Australian media is going crazy for him. And he has agreed to come on the show. So we'll be interviewing him in the next week or so. So everybody watch out for that. Jimbo, do we launch straight into our tennis troubles from the week? You want to go there?
Yep, we can bring up the big three.
Yeah, let's bring up the big three for the night. What have we got? We've got trouble at the tennis. We've got the NFL Championship games, which we'll recap. We've also got Formula One engine dramas. There's a few other things I want to get to as well. Actually, let's start elsewhere. Let's start outside the big three. Did you watch Skyscraper live?
I didn't watch it live, but I caught a lot of it after the fact.
The show is called Skyscraper Live.
Correct.
So you can still say you've watched Skyscraper Live even if you weren't watching it live. I watched Skyscraper Live delayed. It was, for anyone watching who didn't see it, I'm sure a lot of you have, it was a Netflix live stream. Alex Honnold, he's the greatest free soloist. Is that the term?
Definitely most well known, yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry, most well known. Sorry, I don't want to
offend the climbing community.
Climbing pros. The most well known, he was in a documentary called Free Solo in 2018 about his climb of El Capitan, which is the biggest cliff face in Yosemite National Park in the States. Now, free solo, for those who don't know, means you are climbing with no ropes, nothing, literally not a safety net. There's no harness. It is just you and whatever you're climbing. In that case, it was El Capitan, which if you haven't seen it, look it up. It's mental. And in this case, it was Taipei 101, which is one of the tallest skyscrapers in Taiwan. Yep. And he climbed this thing by himself live. Now, I think we like to, we like to think one day we'll be on the cutting edge of live streaming on this channel. We talk sport. He climbs buildings in crazy wind that are just hundreds of feet up in the air. And
everyone's thinking about him. Nobody's thinking about like the 6 cameramen rappelling on the side of the building.
Dude, did you see
filming them?
Oh my gosh.
Like those poor guys.
No joke. My palms were sweaty in the first 20 seconds.
Yeah.
First 20 seconds. And the first 2 meters that he climbed, I can't do that. I was looking at that going, I can't even get up on that first ledge.
I mean, I'm glad that you segued nicely into a video I prepared just to give everyone a bit of an idea of how difficult the start was.
Oh, I thought you were... We went climbing the other day. I thought you were going to stitch me up.
I didn't secretly record you. But here's an example of the start of that literal climb.
Here we go. This is Younghan 9014. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So that's how difficult even just getting up is. And then this is him finishing, getting close to finishing the climb. But this is one of the more difficult parts.
Yeah, look at the curve on it. That makes me so...
I know Mark was
And watch this, he goes hands free.
I know, I hated it.
The crowds are going nuts.
He is hundreds of meters in the air there.
Oh, yeah.
When you think about
my gut dropped when I saw that live the first time. And I didn't think it would have an effect on me, really. I'm not great with heights, not great with climbing, but I thought watching it, that'd be fine. That was horrible viewing, but compelling. I couldn't look away.
Yeah, it didn't bother me too much, but it's only because as they pan out, you kind of see that there's natural like platforms of like, oh, okay, for this period you're good because there's a new flat ceiling.
But for a lot of it, he wasn't.
Well, he's not fallen to the floor past 3 or 4 different tiers.
Yeah, but the floor, even with those sections, is still like 40 meters.
Deadly.
You're still dead.
Still deadly.
Like he said, it doesn't matter if you drop from 100 feet or 1,000 feet.
But it's like, I don't know if you saw Free Solo, but yeah, obviously they did the scan on his brain and showed that basically his amygdala practically doesn't fire when it comes to this stuff. Like he literally doesn't feel a fear response anymore with climbing.
I did see Free Solo. I saw it when we were in LA, Kathy and I, and we were in an empty cinema except for one guy.
Oh, you saw it in the cinema?
Saw it in the cinema.
Snap.
Empty cinema except for one guy who sat right behind us.
Nice.
And so I got up and said, we're going to move. And we moved.
Nice.
Would you have done that? Or would you
I thought you were going to say, I got up and turned around and said, can you move? I'm like,
no, we moved.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Well, it's pretty obvious though. I'm like, if you're going to sit right behind us there's 300 seats here and you're sitting behind me and my missus, I'm going to make it very clear that we're not comfortable with that and we're going to get up and move.
Well,
and we just moved down the row.
Maybe it was a compliment because you clearly nailed the seating. Guy's like, yep, you picked it right. I'm sitting here too.
Yeah.
You got the one I wanted, but I'll go one behind.
Good neck angle. Yeah, he wasn't a creep at all. You would have sat there and suffered the whole time.
100%, yeah.
If you asked for a coffee and you thought it was way too expensive, would you, when they quoted the price, actually go, nah, don't worry about it?
If it's something like that, I probably would. Only if it's like egregious.
Yeah.
Like Dubai, coffee's like $20 a pop.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I got charged $6.70 for a piccolo and I said, no, thank you.
Yeah, that I'd probably just be.
It's principle. I know I pay $5.50 most days.
That's more, I just want a coffee, so give me a coffee.
Yeah, true. I probably went around the corner and got for $6.30 instead.
I can't forego the coffee.
By the way, get involved in the chat. We got chat rooms open all night. So if you don't want to call up, you can chat away.
Yeah, we got Liam in. He said after the name change, I couldn't find you for a few weeks.
Oh no, sorry, dude. I've had a couple of people say that actually.
And he said it's 3 degrees over where he is, but feels like -1.
Oh, okay. Yep. That's very opposite.
Very different from what we're doing.
Oh, that sounds great. Every time we're in a heat wave like this, I like to look up the temperature in Yakutsk in Russia. Can you look up the Yakutsk temperature? Get that up on the screen.
Don't even know if I can spell Yakutsk.
My what, sorry?
Yeah.
Yakutsk. Not an A on the end. And weather, please. What have we got tonight? Oh, beautiful, -34. Balmy -34. That sounds great. It's the coldest properly inhabited city in the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder what its highs are in...
Oh, it gets to like 28.
Oh, okay.
It's crazy.
There you go.
Was there anyone else in the chat that you were saying?
We had Hands back.
Hey.
Back after this morning.
Oh, he's doing the double.
Also got Wayne Hollis.
Hello, Wayne. A regular now, Wayne. He's really creeping up there on the regular rank.
He was saying that's some anxiety I don't need watching the building climbing.
Wayne, it was horrible. It was horrible. All right, we've got a bit of a regular crew in.
Apparently Liam's just lurking at the gym now. So it must be while he's listening.
Oh, good. You know, I've always seen people in the gym watching their phone. Like, I've never watched a thing in my life. One guy was watching Deal or No Deal once. I'm like, come on, dude.
What a weird thing to
He's
watch.
doing his reps and then... Oh, yep.
What a weird thing to pump you up in the gym.
I know. But I'm flattered, Liam, that you're watching us live in a gym in Scotland, by the way. For those who don't know, Liam is our Scottish regular.
That's it. Every once in a while, we'll give one more rep, Liam. One more rep. You can do it.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, keep going,
Give
Liam.
you a pump up.
What are you working on, Liam? You could do an arms, chest, abs, legs. Let us know. And Jimbo will give you some tips. He's a gym man.
We also had B Factor in the chat saying cycling stopped being a real sport when they got rid of Lance Armstrong.
Yeah, this was my contention last week. B Factor. Yeah, that was pretty much. It was the downfall. They got Mr. Big, and once they get Mr. Big, it loses all credibility, and that's certainly happened with cycling. Let's talk tennis, Jimbo. Number one, trouble at the tennis. Now, I'm not just referring to ourselves here, but we had a very interesting experience.
We did.
It was the first time that we have gone interstate for Muscle Cat Media business.
Yep.
We allocated some funds very carefully to it. We do have another trip coming up to the F1.
Mm-hmm.
And our plan, look, perhaps we were naive in some areas. We were adventurous, ambitious, and certainly naive. Went into walked live stream for about an hour outside of the Australian Open, which was completely fine. Did a tour of Fed Square, went past the Yarra, around the MCG, all sorts. Which was great, and that's all good. And then we went inside and started talking to people. Now, we weren't filming tennis, so obviously, I may be a little stupid, but I'm not that stupid.
We kind of knew, stay off anything in courts. We were nowhere near.
And we weren't being silly at all. Funnily enough, though, the first time we raised some ire of the security guards was when we were close to a court. We were interviewing somebody in the line, and I think that was maybe our mistake, because you can sort of peer through and see a little bit of the tennis action going on there. Maybe that's what attracted them. So we got a warning. It said, hey, don't live stream, right? They don't like it when you live stream. So we said, okay, fair enough. We won't do that. Yep. So then later on, we were taking short videos.
We thought, all right, we'll bail on the live. We'll just do videos. No different to anyone else filming bits and bobs.
Correct. And we had the little microphones, and I was interviewing people. And then a particularly fastidious security guard, I must say. She wasn't as chill as the dude before.
She was high on power, that's for sure.
I would say so.
Bit of a power trip.
When she looked at me and said, let's have a little chat.
Come over here. Let's have a chat.
Let's have a little chat. Okay.
And the tap on the shoulder.
I knew what was going on when that happened. And now, look, I will say she was very gracious to us at the end. So the conversation went like this. You're not allowed to interview people here. If you haven't got an accreditation, you can't film people for the purposes of interviewing. It's like, okay, no worries. If you want us to stop, we will stop.
Yep.
They said, oh, no, you can stay, but we have to, what they call cloak your mics. So take the mics. And we looked at each other and thought, you know what? There's only a couple of hours left in the day.
What's the point?
Let's just go. And they started to walk with us, and I just said, "Can we promise we will leave, and we're not going to interview anybody else anymore? Can you just trust us to leave?" They said, "Sure, we'll back off. You guys go."
Yep.
So that was very nice,
yep.
right? It didn't feel like she needed to embarrass us.
Yep.
But as a lesson learned, right? And I've got where's my journal? I'm not a journal, but it's my workbook, which my daughters bought me for Christmas, which was very sweet. They also bought me this pen, which was heartwarming because they know I like to write stuff down. And let me have a look. Let me see if I can get this page. Right here, and don't zoom in too close, that's 31 lessons from our Melbourne trip, right? Some of which, study the entry conditions.
Yep.
Don't waste money on tickets when that can't achieve your purpose. That's number one. That was the first lesson. But there are also a lot of great things we learned about where we can't speak to people, where is absolutely no problem, things we won't do again and won't raise the ire of security, and they're doing their jobs, that's fine. I know we didn't agree on how they went about it necessarily, but for the most part, they were very friendly and they haven't followed up, so it's all good. But we're better for it. We're better for F1.
Yep.
Right? And we did get some really good footage outside of the Australian Open and a few things which we've posted, which you guys will see as well. So, interesting day, Jimbo. It didn't go anywhere near how I thought it would.
Yeah,
we spoke to some really interesting people, like voice actors from the United States, whose daughter was a gamer who was there on a sponsorship. Which is crazy.
A lot of internationals, like multiple Americans, guy from Turkey, family from Norway, guy from Morocco. Yep. And we did speak to him, and that clip was fine. We did put that up, and that has garnered quite a bit of attention. Again, nothing to do with the tennis. That was just about the Senegal versus Morocco issue. But yeah, we're going to do more on-site filming and interviews and things because we really like that format. It's good content. I love talking to people. Whether we'll do it live again, not sure. We'll keep this format for live. But anyway, that was our experience. Well worth it, even if it didn't pan out how we thought. Fun to say. We went to the tennis. Flew to Melbourne, went to the Australian Open, didn't see a lick of tennis.
Didn't see a single thing. Did get a great tour of the media centre though.
Yes.
Have a personal friend who was very gracious, and Jimbo, you were in your element. You were nerding out.
It's fun to see what goes behind those events technically from a data and film perspective. It's really cool.
Absolutely extraordinary. The whole floor of social media up the top, all the journalists, all the commentators.
ESPN in there, Channel 9 in there, everyone getting their tap into the broadcast.
Different countries, like studios from Japan and all sorts. It was unbelievable. I really am trying and will continue to try to either get my friend or someone he works with on for the podcast to let everyone know this is what happens at the Australian Open. I don't think people understand, I certainly didn't, how enormous this whole thing is. And that sort of flows on to the next issue because there's always drama. That's why we love the tennis. There's always big personalities and, logistical issues. It's a weird sport in that the whole schedule depends on how the first games in the day go. And on Saturday, there was crazy heat. and there was a point where the Sinner and Spitzieri game was put under the roof, that's another issue. Why didn't they start with the roof closed if they knew it was going to be 35 degrees that day? They waited until a point where the heat index reached 5.0, whatever the heat index is. Just look at the temperature. Is it hot? Yeah, it is. Close the roof. Simple.
What's the temperature?
So Spitzieri, who is world number 85, and Sinner, who is world number 2 and has won the last 2 Australian Opens. Spitzieri was on top, and Sinner was cramping like crazy. He could hardly walk.
Yeah, I saw some after the match clips.
And he was really struggling. Like, he would serve and would walk after that. So Spitzieri had the game on a string, and he was probably going to win the match. And then time comes where they close the roof, and there's a 10, 15-minute break, come out. Sure enough, momentum gone, Sinner wins. That was one part of it. But when that happened, all the outside courts had to close as well, because the outside courts don't have any shade or coverage. So what we experienced when we were there, Jimbo, is the ground pass. That's the ticket we bought. It was $60 for the day. Incredible value in the past. But this year, it seemed especially crowded. And a theme in people we talked to, outside or whatever, people we saw, was that the lines were enormous for the games. It was pretty big to get in, but even once you're in, yeah, sure, you have a ground pass and you can go to all these courts for free, including John Cain Arena, if you can wait for that long in the heat, wait for something to happen. Not many people are leaving. So on the Saturday, when all the outdoor courts were cancelled, play suspended, everyone went to John Cain Arena, right? It was the end of I think it was the Mercedes game. That was a 5-set epic. The end of that in the day session and the start of the night session, because it was Stan Wawrinka's possibly last game, turned out to be his last one. All the people that were waiting and all the new people that came in for the night session, they had 40,000 people in that foyer, and a crowd crush started. There's an article in news.com.au today saying that people were starting to get crushed. Like, it's not, there were no real injuries, but people were starting to panic. It was super hot. They all funneled in there. And I think that is something that, with the popularity of this tournament, it has exploded and it's not coping. I think there are too many people. They've let too many people in. And what we will see next year, and we called it, Jimbo, before we went in, when we saw the crowds and people getting moved away from this gate to go to another gate because, hey, it'll be quicker. And I tell you, it wasn't any quicker because we just came from that gate and the line there was crazy. What will happen next year is they might cap the attendance, maybe, but they will most certainly raise the prices of the ground pass, because clearly the price point is too low. There are 70 to 80, 90,000 people a day. There were 100,000 people on the first day. And there's a lot of tennis there, Jim. There's not enough court space to maintain that, even though there's all sorts of entertainment around there. That's a long way of saying too many people.
Too many people.
It's just too many people. Do you agree?
Yeah, it felt pretty hectic. And it felt weird that, with the ground pass, you could do virtually anything. It was just line up for 10 years and just cause... the second, you could tell after maybe about 11 a.m., obviously there was some matches happening around and there's no real lines anywhere. But after 11 a.m., the second you got some big names, you're like, all of a sudden stadiums just had lineups, everyone flocking from one to another.
But that's not how I remember it, because I had a ground pass in, I reckon, 2017, 2018, and I was raving to you before this tournament.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you get so much. It was $40 back then I think we went for the first day. And I couldn't believe, the access we got and how close we were. Obviously, popularity's boomed, but it's like the city of Melbourne. It was a little dichotomy of the city of Melbourne. More people than ever, and it's not built for it. So anyway, the tennis itself has been pretty cool. I've watched a lot of it. It's always an amazing tournament. We've had a few interesting things, like Naomi Osaka pulled out. She had that... we still don't know what that injury is, by the way, that she pulled out from the game with Madison Inglis, I don't think. But yeah, she had the issue with Sestaya, the Italian she was playing.
Yeah, it was weird where I guess she's a player that likes to hype herself up. So I guess in between serves, she's yelling.
Naomi.
Naomi's really trying to pump herself up.
You're joking. The lady who came out dressed as a squid.
Yeah, she's loves the attention.
Yeah.
But yeah, hyping herself up. And then I don't know where you stand on it, but yeah, Sestaya. At the end of the match, you could tell did the whole, had to say her piece about it. About it's off-putting and
her issue was that between first and second serve, Osaka said to herself, "Come on," and that, having looked into it further since that, is very frowned upon in tennis. You're not meant to talk between first and second serve. I think it's almost like chatting on the backswing in golf. I think it's that sort of level of etiquette, which seems a little pedantic to me, I must say. But
at least backswing, you're actively putting off a player, but in between dead time, it seems...
Well, this is what the umpire said. The umpire said, well, you weren't in your motion of serving. You didn't even have the ball
You're
yet.
not actively serving, so it doesn't matter. But, I don't know. It seems to always be one of those things that when you lose, you have a lot to say. But
Yeah.
does it really factor into the game?
Well, I think, I think Sestao was being a little pedantic, and I'm not against Osaka saying, come on, and I'm sure she would have learned and not done it again.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times she did it.
Genuinely taken aback, I think.
Well, Sestao sort of gave her the cold shoulder at the net. She shook her hand, didn't really look at her.
But then in the
walked off.
press conference, Osaka kind of was like, hey, I'm still friends. I don't, like, she just seemed like I had no idea. I'm sure
Are you talking the press conference inside, or are you talking the one on the court?
No, inside. Like
Okay.
later when she was like, basically, I don't know what happened, but like, because they're like, are you guys still going to be friends? She's like, well, I don't even know what the heck happened.
Yeah. Well, the one on the court, I don't think she handled with much grace.
No.
The line about, it's her last Australian Open, so she's probably mad about that. It's like,
It does seem a bit of a bummer that that's the way she's kind of had her last thing. But I don't know. I don't know that I think Osaka did anything wrong, but I would have not said anything, but hey.
Yeah, but you also wouldn't have moved in that cinema, James.
I've not said anything for a lot less.
That's true.
Or a lot more.
The other thing at the Aussie Open that I think you might be interested in, you know Whoop bands. Do you wear a tracker, like a Whoop band? Oh, you got an
Apple Watch.
Yeah, Apple Watch. But you know what Whoop is?
Yeah.
It tracks your sleep, tracks your exercise, all that sort of stuff. So Carlos Alcaraz, world number 1, has been wearing his.
Sure.
And Arina Sabalenka, women's world number 1, is wearing hers. Yep. Yesterday, Alcaraz...
They switched.
Same data.
Why does mine say I'm a middle-aged woman?
Well, the middle-aged. She's like 28.
28.
What's middle-aged?
I don't know. That's a good question. I thought 30 is middle-aged. No? I guess not.
36 and up. Ask me how old I am.
How old are you?
35.
Next year, that keeps creeping up. Oh, 38's middle-aged.
That's right.
They both have whoops.
Both had whoops, and yesterday Alcaraz got told to take his whoop off by the umpire, which he complied.
For what reason?
Well, in most sports, you are not allowed to have electronic items on you because I think the main issue is integrity, right? People see like, you can get information. Say it's an Apple Watch, right? You could get a message from a bookmaker halfway through the game. You see that.
It's got no screen.
No, I know. Right,
But
so this is the
still,
thing.
Yeah.
So the CEO of Whoop tweeted last night.
He's getting in the mix.
Here we go. Whoop founder Will Ahmed hit back on social media claiming the device is approved. Whoop is approved by the International Tennis Federation for in-match wear and poses no safety risk, he posted on X. Let the athletes measure their bodies. Data is not steroids, he wrote.
Oh.
That was yesterday, and now,
Boom.
24 hours later, Sabalenka's been asked to take her off as well.
Really? After that?
Yes. That happened today.
Jeepers.
I think it happened today. Maybe it happened
crazy.
yesterday. Did it happen today? Look up Sabalenka Whoop. I want to make sure I get that right. So that's a big issue because I would dare say that it doesn't come cheap for Whoop to get their bands approved by the ITF. Maybe this is a skeptic in me, but I would assume that's a paid partnership.
Yeah, it looks like all the articles are 3 hours, 4 hours ago. So
On Sabalenka.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So it's blowing up.
Wow.
But you know what? It's actually great publicity.
We would be loving it.
It's actually great.
Yeah,
publicity.
100%. Not great they took it off, but now that he's in the mix and it's everywhere, it's like, mate.
No one knew they wore a whoop because they were under the sweatband, and now
everyone's
they know.
like, what's a whoop?
Yeah.
It's the Elon Musk approach.
Just like us getting asked to stop filming, I'm sure the two people that saw it thought, Curt Can't Talk's a jet.
Who are these guys? Who are these bad boys?
That's right. All right, Jimbo, we've got a new segment today. Have we got anything in the chat or anything?
We did have an update from Liam.
Oh,
so
what's
he
going on,
was 3 sets of 15 squats at 120 kilos done.
Nice.
So first set done. He did say, where was it? This chat's not letting me scroll. What the heck?
By the way, when you get a chance, put the lines open thing because it is a call-in show. While you're looking that up, everyone on the vertical stream, welcome. Welcome. I assume this is the first time you've seen us. You can just see me, but I'm speaking to Jimbo. You can hear him as well. We have a full show. We've got a few graphics and things. We get call-ins. So if you're enjoying the vertical stream, by all means, stay on there. If you want the more permanent long show in widescreen, go to the Curt Can't Talk channel. Just click on there and you can watch the widescreen version. So welcome to all of our vertical viewers.
I'm also concerned that's not going anywhere.
What do you mean?
Well, I can't see it in our lives. Like, I don't know if it's confused by the fact we're already live.
Oh, okay. So I may be talking to nobody.
Well, you're definitely talking to nobody according to what it thinks.
Okay.
But yeah, I can't
I'll
see it
stop
on
talking
things.
to that.
So I might stop it and start it again on Instagram or somewhere else.
Sure. Once I start raving about the NFL later on, you can
That's it.
let it go. Should we do that now, or have we got?
I was just going to say before we Oh, let me check the chat quickly. He did give us an update that he's going to be doing a full body compound workout.
Nice. What's a compound workout, Jimbo?
Like compound movements, like squats, bench press, like big compound
nice.
Stuff.
Big boy stuff.
And then Liam had said, doesn't closing the roof turn it into a massive oven?
Well, I have experience in closed roof stadiums, and sometimes that is very hot. Sometimes it's hotter.
Yeah, okay.
But it's pretty small, Rod Laver, and I'm assuming they've got good air cons, so...
Oh, true. Yeah, they're pumping air in. Hopefully, a lot of reflective stuff going on the roof.
Look, it's no labyrinth, the concrete honeycomb system under Fed Square.
Hans had said, I learned as a very drunk 20-year-old at the Sydney Olympics that tennis was not the live sport for me. Feel free to elaborate.
Please, Hans.
Please.
I mean, feel free to call us with that story. That sounds like a story.
Oh, and then, maybe he did elaborate, actually. So Hans then said, saw Nick Kay in the doubles, up 40 love, went for the underarm serve, then lost the game.
But what did Hans do?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Was Hans the super fan that got kicked out this week? There's a guy called James Bray who got kicked out and pleaded his innocence and had some support on social media and stuff. But I don't know. The Australian Open organisers said he continued to disrupt the game, even though he was warned multiple times. So I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I saw that.
The supporter, I mean, I'm sort of on the tennis side.
While we're on tennis, did you see Djokovic's whoopsie with the almost hitting the ball boy in his...
Whoopsie? Did he have a whoop as well? Yes, I saw this. Yeah,
so in rage, he's flopped this off.
My goodness.
And I think they replay it and show...
Well, that's close.
I don't think everyone was lit up by saying if that had hit the ball boy, tournament done. Tournament done.
He's been done for that before, I think.
Yeah, I think that's why they were saying like, hey, if he did that, his tournament would be over. I think
I like Novak, but that wasn't fantastic.
He even said in a post-match interview, I think he literally said, that was lucky.
Yeah.
Like he was literally like, that was dumb luck. Like I hit it, but it's lucky it didn't hit her. Like, obviously he wasn't aiming for her.
Sure.
But
it was just an angry swipe. All right. Why don't I talk NFL, Jimbo, while you try and see if you can get that vertical stream going. All right. What a day of NFL championship football. The conference championship games were on. Of course, we had the AFC game early in the morning, the Pats at the Broncos. The New England Patriots are back. If you can believe that, it was a short time in the wilderness. 2018 was the last time that the New England Patriots were in the Super Bowl. They beat the Rams that day in a 13-3, really snooze fest of a Super Bowl. And that was one that I took the day off work to watch and wasn't really worth my time. But hey, the Pats are back. They're a different team. But the scoreline was pretty similar today, 10-7. This was a dour defensive slugfest in the snow. In the second half, if you haven't seen the highlights, go and have a look. It is white. They are trying their best to see the lines, the 10-yard lines, the down markers, everything. It was a blizzard almost at the end. Drake May, in just his second year, Mike Vrabel in his first year as head coach, have gotten the New England Patriots back to the Super Bowl. This will be remembered, this game, for a few things, but none less than Sean Payton, the Denver Broncos head coach. Sean Payton's decision to, early on in the game, when they were up 7-0 in a game that ended 10-7, they were 4th and 1, and they chose to try and get that 1 yard and get a new set of downs and therefore try and score 7 points with a touchdown instead of taking what would have been an easily convertible field goal and made it 10-0. Sure, a lot of head coaches take risks like that and go for it on 4th and short, 4th and 2, 4th and 1. So that's not out of the ordinary, especially early in the game. But the complication here is that Denver had their backup quarterback, a guy who was making the 5th start of his career because their main man, Bo Nix, broke his ankle last week. So Stidham had already, put in a touchdown, looked good early, but we know he's not of the quality of the starting quarterback. So you just take the points. You take the points in a game like this to make it 10-0. From that point, Denver wouldn't score. They scored a touchdown in the first 5 minutes of the game and didn't score again. The Pats only scored twice, one touchdown in the second quarter, and then a field goal from Andy Borregales in the third quarter. It was extraordinary in that there were only 3 scores for the entire game, and that's how it ends 10-7. Big error from Sean Payton in hindsight. It's always easy in hindsight, but that's where it ended up. Drake May, if you looked at his stats, 10 passes completed out of 21 thrown, 86 yards, no touchdowns, but he did some important things with his legs. He was sacked 5 times. If you look at Ramondre Stevenson, who had 25 carries at only 2.8 yards per carry, you'd think, gee whiz, there's no offense. And there wasn't really, outside of a couple of flashes from Drake May and those 10 crucial points. But the defense held strong. when it mattered. Huge. They're back in their first Super Bowl since 2018, and that was, of course, against... No, sorry. I should say the Seahawks are back in their first Super Bowl since 2014. That was the one that they lost because Pete Carroll should have run the ball with none other than Marshawn Lynch, and they threw it with Russell Wilson, and it was intercepted by Malcolm Butler, and that was, of course, against the Pats. So the last time the Seahawks were there was 2014. They played the Pats and lost that heartbreaker, but the year before they won it in Russell Wilson's second year. So how did the Seahawks get there? They defeated the Rams 31-27. It was an attacking beauty, this game. Doss predicted a 30-27 score on the Outback Quarterback podcast. It ended up 31-27. He was off by 1 point total, and he got the winner right and the margin almost exactly correct. Unbelievable. Both of the quarterbacks balled out. Sam Darnold, what a story. 346 yards, 3 TDs. Matt Stafford, 374 yards, 3 TDs. He'll be the MVP when it's named in a week or two, but he misses out in the Super Bowl. Similarly, then wide receiver ones. JSN for the Seahawks, 153 and a touchdown. Nakua, 165 and a touchdown. Very even statistically all day. It was some key errors that ended up costing the Rams and didn't cost the Seahawks, even though they made some shockers. Reek Woolen, when he went at the coaching staff from the Rams and got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, turned a 4th and 12 into a 1st and 10. They go on to score, the Rams, but the Rams made their own bad mistakes. Xavier Smith, he muffed the punt return. He dropped it. It was recovered, and the Seahawks scored soon after. It was an incredible game. Make sure you watch those highlights. The story, I mean, there are so many stories from this. Mike McDonald in his second year at the Seahawks as head coach, but Sam Darnold in his first year at the Seahawks, this guy was taken quarterback, 3rd overall in 2018. 3 years at the Jets, the cursed, inept New York Jets. Of course that doesn't work out. It was never going to. Goes on to spend 2 years at the equally, or maybe not equally, but at the time, struggling Carolina Panthers. 2 years there. That doesn't work out. He was back up to Baker Mayfield. Goes and spends a year as the backup to Brock Purdy at the San Francisco 49ers. Then he spends a year as the main man after J.J. McCarthy gets injured in his rookie year at the Minnesota Vikings. Sam Darnold takes the Vikings to 14-3. And what do? Early playoff exit, and they discard him. Not good enough. We rely on JJ. JJ was awful for most of the year until he got on a run at the end when it didn't matter. Sam Darnold was fantastic for most of the year last year. So the Seahawks pick him up, and they've made him a very good player yet again. 14-3, but not just that. He won his first playoff game last week. He wins his first championship game today, and he's in the Super Bowl. What a story. I still need those notes. Jimbo, whew. That's the NFL from today. That was a heck of a day. How are we going? Vertical stream working, or are we giving up on that?
Yeah, it's up. It's created its own stream. It's got some viewers on there, but
awesome.
The internet is not loving it.
Okay, struggling. Is that on the Wi-Fi, or can you go...
So that is on cellular.
Okay. Well, hello, everybody, on the vertical stream. Is it worth talking to it at the moment?
Yeah.
Should I address it? Well, just a moment, widescreen viewers, while I talk to the vertical streamers. Welcome. This is the first time that this show, the Curt Can't Talk live show, has been on a vertical stream. That's why we've got this extra microphone here. We do have the full show. So if you're watching here and you think, I want to watch this full sports show where we're talking NFL and Formula One and Australian Open and all sorts of stuff, you can head over onto our channel, onto the widescreen version. It's got graphics. You'll see Jim. You'll only see me on the vertical one, but you'll see Jim, our producer. You'll see anybody who calls in. It's a call-in show. Welcome to everybody from around the world. Make sure, well, if you're enjoying it on the vertical, stay there. But if you want to see the full thing, hop across to the widescreen. We'll keep going. All right, Jim. All righty, right. What else is going on here? Man, that's the NFL. I know you had a good day. You're right into the NFL now, aren't you? You're fully on board as the producer of the Outback Quarterback
Yeah, I'm
podcast.
definitely starting to. It's so much easier when you only got 4 or 5 games to watch.
Oh, is
so
it
going from the divisionals to the championship, I'm like, I can keep up with this.
I know, mate. 2 weeks time's only one game.
I can see all the action.
How are you feeling about the live show? Looking forward to it? We're going to be live at the Super Bowl. Sorry, not at the Super Bowl, at the Suburban Brew. SB, the initials trip me up all the time. And we're watching the Super Bowl with our fans.
Definitely plenty of logistical nightmares to keep me up at night for the next couple of weeks.
See, I was sweating about it last year. I don't have to do any of that now. I can just do my notes and that's it. I can't wait. We've sold, I think, almost half of our tickets now. So with 2 weeks to go, we're getting close. You got a keen eye on that vertical stream. Is it really battling, or is it okay?
Oh, no, I think it might be doing all right.
All right, welcome, Verts. Welcome. And Horizontals.
The old Verts.
All right, that's 2 of the big 3, Jimbo. We've got a new segment that we're going to do, and that is Nostalgia Power. Now, it's a bit of a game, all right? We've each got 3 things that we want to basically induce nostalgia in each other with? You were born in 1992.
I was.
I was born in 1990. I would imagine that's roughly
91. Sorry.
You're born in 91.
Yep.
Okay. Well done.
Very slow.
So-
slow to correct that fact.
Sorry to start with all the hard questions. I'm a little jumpy on the display. Are we slowing down on the mainstream, Jimbo? Or are we looking all right? Any feedback in the chat if it's jumpy? If not, we'll power through. Yes, nostalgia power. So we've each got 3 things for each other to try and invoke the strongest feeling of nostalgia. Now, we have to be honest, right? You'll show me your first one, and I'll tell you honestly, out of 10, how nostalgic that made me feel. Then I'll counter with one.
Ooh. Just before we get to that segment, did
Yes.
we want to take a caller?
Absolutely, we do. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Now, I wonder, maybe the vertical stream might not be able to hear this, but I'll keep powering on. Remember, we've got the horizontal stream if you want to hop across on
Yeah,
Curt
for
Can't
sure.
Talk.
All right,
channel.
we've got Ben calling in.
Ben, my good friend Ben. How are you, mate? Good to see you. I hope I can see your face. There we go. Hey, how you going, Ben?
Is it working?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Got you, man. What's up? What's going on?
Oh, just thought I'd call in. Never called into the Curt Can't Talk show. Called into the Muscle Cat media show before,
Yes,
but
you have.
this thing keeps changing. I don't know what vertical is. We're talking a whole bunch of stuff that I don't know what's going on this evening.
Hey,
to
man.
be honest,
All that matters is that
you changed within a month.
you're on the mainstream and you're talking to us, and you are on the Curt Can't Talk show, formerly the Muscle Cat Sports Show. But what do you want to talk about, Ben?
Oh, just want to know if we think that AI could do a better job of managing Tottenham Hotspur.
Now,
Because
yeah, I know this story, but
this is a two-part question.
Jim, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this story. So listen into what Ben. Can you go the 3-way split and get yourself on the screen? Because you're a tech guy, and I think you'll like this story from Ben.
Yep.
Where is he? He's coming.
Let me see.
Is that vertical?
We'll all be vertical on the screen in a moment. You go for it, Ben. James is listening, but you fire away.
Who's listening?
Yep.
Okay. So there's a story out of Russia, FC Sochi. Sochi?
Yep.
So the guy, Spanish manager, Robert Moreno, he was sacked, I believe, a few months ago. They were relegated, which isn't like out of the ordinary, being relegated
Yep.
and fired. But revelations have come out of his abundant abuse of AI to manage the team, including using it to put together an itinerary that would have resulted in the team being awake for 28 hours on an away day. I have to look up where this place was because it's obviously critical in terms of understanding.
Well, Russia is vast, so it could have been a long away day.
Khabarovsk, 7-hour time difference. That's a massive time difference.
So he was putting together their training sessions and their travel itineraries on AI, right?
And we didn't talk about this before as well. He's fed in 3 different names that he's got from a scouting website and asked AI which one should we sign.
No
Wow.
way. No way. Did he sign any of them?
Yes, it had a big part of the signing in the ones that AI recommended.
I hope he's at least on the paid tier.
This is the free program.
The free one.
And the free one has info from like 2 years ago, doesn't it?
Wow. Yeah. I wouldn't be up to date.
Dude, this is like the modern day Graham Souness for Southampton, Ben, when he signed Ali Dia. Remember?
Oh, that's classic old school. That's like
Yeah.
Harry Redknapp, Sam Allardyce stuff. But
Yeah.
you'd be on the. They were like saying, oh, we'll get you a little bit of access to whoever, and
Yep.
they take a few bucks on the side, and we thought that was terrible back then. But compared to the stuff they're doing nowadays, it's child's play, really.
That's
And
extraordinary.
the thing is, this guy actually managed Spain and was unbeaten with Spain.
The
When
Spain.
Luis Enrique-
There's not another Spain I'm thinking of,
country-
is there?
España, the country. He was in the coaching staff because he used to be a professional footballer. Like he's actually quite credentialed. So
Wow.
he's managed a few clubs. He was a coach with Spain, and then Luis Enrique had his personal issues, and he stepped up and he managed Spain, and he had them undefeated and qualified for Euro 2020. Then when Luis Enrique came back,
Yep.
he sacked him because he was too ambitious because he wanted to take Spain to Euro 2020. Look how the mighty have fallen.
That's right. Did he consult ChatGPT to decide whether to sack him? Is this man too ambitious?
ChatGPT was not in its current form back then.
True,
but,
true.
Obviously, with that level of ambition, he's sought out the assistance of AI, and he's got himself sacked from 2 jobs.
All right. So
yeah.
So manager over reliant on AI. Jimbo, if that's going to be the downfall of anybody in this show, that's going to be you.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't trust that stuff.
No. Well,
I'm still worried about scanning my face at the Australian Open the other day. I should not have done that.
Well, yeah, that's it. I think it's like anything. It's can use it for supplementary data, or it's like Google, but you can't have it take over and just make all the decisions for you.
Benny, how often do you use ChatGPT? Are you reliant on it?
I've used it probably a couple of times today already.
Yeah.
Not rely on it, but just like random stuff.
What is the Muscle Cat Sports Show called now? Those sorts of questions.
What is vertical? What is vertical?
Vertical means,
why am I on it?
Vertical means people watching on their phone.
No, it's probably going to tell me vertical is the opposite of horizontal.
True. Yeah, you need to feed the input a little better. I love that, Ben. Very good. Is that what you had? Has it got anything else tonight?
Oh, mate, we can come back to Spurs, but that is just ridiculous.
Forget
Daniel Levy. Well, we can say whatever we wanted about him.
Bring him back.
You got to bring him back.
We've fallen off even worse.
I don't even know who would come in as a manager.
I don't know.
Pochettino.
Oh, please.
He's not having a good run with the US team either.
Is he the men's US national team coach?
Yeah, I mean that's not a good gig either. I mean unless your wife wants to be in like US or something, I don't see any reason why to coach a bunch of Yankees.
Does he report to Donald Trump? Is Donald Trump the director of football?
Everyone reports to Donald Trump in that country.
That's true. That is. I mean, he's the president.
If you want to make progress, you got to kiss the ring.
Very similar to this show. Very similar. Very
I can see you wearing a gold watch. Obviously, I know what kind of money is coming into this show.
Yeah, we wasted it all going to the Australian Open.
I'm going to have to start asking for appearance fees.
All right. All right. Well, if you keep bringing gold like this, Benny, you can get an appearance fee. All right. Well,
that's all I bring. Just like that watch, mate.
That's right.
Trying to get some of that gold that's on that wrist.
Yeah. This is a present from my darling wife. I've copped a lot over this. Copped a lot. Any in the chat? Something in the chat there, Jimbo?
Oh no, I was laughing at you.
He's laughing at me too. All right, that's enough. I'm getting picked on. Good on you, Ben. Thanks for coming on, man. Great to chat with you.
See you guys.
See you, mate. All right. Yes, so vertical stream. You couldn't hear any of that, but that was a call.
Yeah, we did have somebody saying, why can't I hear who he's talking to?
Yeah, hop over to the horizontal stream. It's we're working through it. What do we got, Jim?
So we've also got Liam calling in.
Liam calling in.
All right. See his internet's a bit up and down, but we'll see how we go.
Vertical streamers, hop to the horizontal if you want to hear all the callers. Liam from Scotland, how are you, my friend? Great to see you.
Good to see you again, Ted. Long time no speak. I just want to give you a wee update on everything Scottish football.
Yes. So, what is happening in Scottish football? Please let us know.
Well, Rangers have clawed the gap back to just 4 points on Hearts. So the next month is going to be very interesting because Hearts have Dundee United away, who we drew it in August.
Yep.
Then we've got St Mirren away, who we haven't beaten away since 2001. And then straight after that we've got And then straight after that we have Hibs at home, which is the local derby, and then Rangers 3 days after that. So
huge.
It's all getting close.
So Hearts, for those who are unaware, Hearts have not won the league since 1959-60. Is that right, Liam? Have I got that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
and also no team outside of Rangers and Celtic has won it since 1985.
That's right. It's been 40 years since a team outside of Celtic and Rangers have won it. Now, Celtic, when they sacked their manager, or Brendan Rodgers left acrimoniously, and then Wilfred Nancy came in. Nancy lasted, 8 games, lost 5 or 6 of them, got sacked. So now they've got Martin O'Neill for the rest of the year, which will be an improvement for Celtic, I'm sure. But huge things happening in Hearts. It's still possible. It is still possible for Heart of Midlothian.
It's still possible, and we faced Celtic yesterday at Tynecastle.
Oh, what was the score? Did you win?
No, it was 2-2. Hearts went 1-0 down, then it went back to 1-1, 2-1, then 2-2 with a 87th minute goal from Claudio Braga.
Oh, okay. All right.
Celtic also got a man sent off in that game after the referee gave a yellow card, even though everyone in the stadium knew it should have been a red.
Did they review it?
VAR had to overturn it. Yeah.
Nice.
They had to overturn it.
VAR doing its job. Now, most importantly, Liam, you've just been at the gym. How was the workout, man?
Not as good as I wanted it to be because the gym is in a local high school. As soon as all of the 12 and 13-year-olds come in, you have to leave. So,
Wait, as in it's a rule you have to leave, or they just make it so unbearable that you get out of there?
No, it is a rule you have to. It's a rule you have to leave because the local swimming pool is also in the high school. So obviously with age restrictions and things like that.
Dude, you got to find another gym. If you're getting kicked out every time the school kids come, that's.
I would, but the next closest gym to me is about 15 miles away. And by the time I make that drive, I'm like, nah, you're all right. So.
All right, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, well, we've both been to the gym today. I copped a lot of flack for that on the Outback QB live stream earlier on, but good to see you're getting that. Is that a New Year's resolution, Liam, or you're just doing it to be fit generally?
To be honest, I've been in and out of the gym for the last 2 years. It is like as soon as I get back into a rhythm, the schools go on a holiday, and I've obviously got kids, so it's like stop, and then as soon as the kids go back to the gym, then they're back on holiday like 4 or 5 weeks later. It's
hard to keep up.
All right, shocking how many.
Well, let's keep each other accountable in the chat. I want you to question me on my gym habits next week. Great to chat with you, Liam. Have a good day in Scotland, my friend.
You as well.
Catch you, man.
Bye.
Good on you. All right. So, yes, we have callers. That's why you can't hear us in the vertical. We have live callers, but everyone on the horizontal season hears it. All right, Jimbo. You got anything else for us, or do we go to the F1 engine drama? Do you know much about that?
No? I know very little to. Some would say nothing about it.
All right. Well, I'll sum it up very, very quickly. The regulations this year have changed in Formula One, and it's a big story because there's a thing called the engine compression ratio, which used to be 18.0.
Yep.
Which was basically...
Just like the plank, just another thing you can't surpass?
Pretty much, but this does have more of an effect on the performance of the car. It's the ratio of air-fuel mixture that can be pumped through via the pistons, compression, power output to the car, right? So more horsepower.
Yep.
But there's a focus now in Formula One on going more towards electric power and away from the ICE, the internal combustion engine. So it was, if you were to roughly split it last year, it was probably 80% internal combustion power, 20% electric. Now it's 50-50. Right? So it's not quite Formula E, but it's a big change. So as part of that, they've reduced the...
Now is in the upcoming season? Or
yes, for 2026. Yeah, starting this testing phase right now, the new cars. And regulations are in place.
Yeah, okay. As in they're basically saying it needs to be 50-50 or they're choosing...
Oh, no, that's just the way the engines are set up. That's the powertrains now. That's what they put out. But as a part of that, there is a change in the compression ratio. So it's gone from 18 to 16, which means less compression, slightly less power via the internal combustion engine. So
it's basically forcing you to go electric?
There's more reliance on...
Basically a push on...
Yeah. There's more reliance on the electric processes and energy recovery and all that sort of stuff. But
Hans said he thinks it was 87.13.
Oh, specifically. Perfect. Thanks, Hans. There you go. That's much more specific numbers. So 18 down to 16, but the regulation states that it will be measured, the compression ratio is measured on all the cars when the car is at ambient temperature or the engine's at ambient temperature, so room temperature, right? It's not measured when it's hot. Mercedes and Red Bull, engine suppliers to 7 of the 11 teams, have figured out, apparently, how to have the compression ratio at 16 when it's at room temperature, and when it gets hot, i.e. the car's running and they're driving, get it almost up to 18.
Wow.
The other idiots, Ferrari, Honda, and Audi, the 3 suckers in all of this, have not figured that out, and they are livid. So they're saying, hey, these guys are cheating. Because the compression ratio is 16. It has to be 16. Yep. But Mercedes and Red Bull are saying...
In a cold room.
Correct. It has to be 16 in a cold room. You said nothing about it expanding afterwards. Now, they've had meetings about this, and basically the controlling body, Formula One, FIA, have said, look, we understand it's an issue. We are devising...
Issue or an oversight?
We are, well, Bit of both. That's poorly written regulation from them, to be frank.
I'd say it's largely them.
Yep.
They're just following the rules.
Absolutely. And Formula One has always been, how far can you push it? If you read Ross Brawn's book,
100%.
Ross Brawn's book honestly changed my perspective on management in a lot of ways. It was so much about team and debriefing and caring for your people. That was one side of it. But the other side was how ruthlessly can we push the boundaries? A bit like us at the Australian Open.
That's why you were pushing. You read the book.
Right. That's why I read the book.
On the flight through
but
the
that,
last page.
I've never highlighted a book more than Ross Brooks. Ross Brawn's book. It's incredible. But yeah, he spoke about that. That's what F1 is, right? It's you interpret the rules. Some people interpret it one way, but the best interpret it in the most aggressive possible way. How close can you get to the line, the cutting edge of technology, without stepping over the line? And inevitably, sometimes Ferrari in that era did step over and they were punished for it and whatever. But that's the politics and the science of Formula One.
Yep.
So the FIA have said, look, there's certainly a problem. There's ambiguity there. We will devise a way to test it, or we will change the regulation. We'll fix it. But Ferrari, Honda, Audi, we won't fix it for 2026.
So good luck.
So good luck. So there's been a lot of talk about Mercedes being the team this year. You know, the development of the new car, they've got certain advantages with their, their R&D that they've done. This style of car seems to suit their powertrain. One thing they need to overcome is that a customer of theirs, McLaren, who used the Mercedes powertrain last year, they were better than them, So Mercedes as the works team needs to jump them. But it seems early indications are that Mercedes is on and they are using this to their advantage. And it's drama. It's early drama and people are saying, oh, they're beating it up. It's overblown. But it's not overblown if it's 0.2 of a second per lap, which on some tracks apparently it is. So this is big.
It's going to make a big difference.
This is big and it's good. I want Mercedes to be up there. I want a three-way race, three-horse race at least this year. If it's Red Bull, Mercedes, McLaren, I just have a feeling McLaren might be the third of the three. Ferrari, I now have no faith in. They were the third best team last year, but it's not working for them, or fourth best team.
Hans had said the front wing, side pod, diffuser, floor, rear wing all changed too.
Yeah, plenty. There's a whole lot. There's 5 or 6 key regulations that have changed. But just to emphasize my point from before, so for those who aren't into Formula One or forgotten, there are some teams, some works teams, so that works teams are factory teams, being that they make their own engines, right? Not every Formula One team makes their own engine from scratch. They rely on other works providers to use their engine. So the teams that use the Mercedes powertrain are obviously Mercedes, McLaren, like I mentioned before, Williams, and Alpine. So that's 4 teams that have this compression ratio advantage now. But also Red Bull and their sister team, the Racing Bulls. So it's 6 out of the 11 that use those powertrains. So it's big. It's really big news. Hurts for Haas and Ferrari and all those other guys. But yeah, a lot of drama. I can't wait. It's only, what's the date today? The 26th, Australia Day. So we've got about 2 weeks until the first official preseason test of Formula One. And what I'm going to get you to do in a couple of weeks, Jim, is to rank all the liveries, all the paint jobs of the new cars.
I love a good livery.
Yeah, and we're going to put it out as F1 Noob ranks all 2026 liveries, and that's going to get 10,000 views.
Sick.
Long form, which is a different ball game.
That's it.
Now, nostalgia power. Let's play that. Let's play that. What have you got? What's your first nostalgia power item? So, name of the game is we give each other 3 things. We're born roughly the same era, or very, very much the same era, and we have to give an honest score of how nostalgic these things make us, and whoever gets the highest score wins. What's the first thing?
James had chimed in saying you need some Red Bull in the Red Bull fridge. That would have been apt.
Yes, that would have been. Is that James Baldwin or
James GWYDIR?
Oh, Guida. Hey,
Guida.
Jimmy Guida. Yes. You know what, Jim? We did have that fridge going today at a 43-degree day with nothing in it. It was just a complete waste. So just heating up this little shack. What's the first nostalgia power item, Jim?
All right. I imagine you will remember it well, but it's a groan stick.
Yes. All right, go on.
Here?
That's pretty nostalgic. We did.
It's the best. You can do it for hours.
Yeah. How long did that video go for?
Oh, not long enough.
So weird in that would have had a bigger nostalgic effect on me if I hadn't heard someone imitate that on Instagram this week.
I was just going to pull that video up. You saw that dude do it about a song?
Yeah, and then so put him up. Bring it up.
So good.
Yeah, it's amazing. So that gives me a 4. It would have been a 7 if I hadn't
If you
seen it
hadn't
this
just
week.
seen
Yeah,
that.
so you get 4 points.
That's
from
what brought it up for me, I think.
Oh, really?
It had it in my head.
All right, Jimbo, you get 4 points. It's a very trustworthy game. I've just assigned you 4 points
good.
there. Yeah, the grown sticks. One of the more useless inventions on planet Earth. It's like the...
But well loved.
Oh, well loved.
Oh, many hours of grown stick. Oh, here we go.
What?
This video.
Oh, yeah. This dude. He's very good. Oh,
is this not the one you saw?
no, I saw the one. So pause it. He sings the James Blunt song as like 10 different singers. And then the fifth or sixth one he does is as the grown stick, which completely surprised everyone.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, it loses its luster if it's just the grown
On its
stick.
own. I found it hilarious.
Oh, he's clicked out. There you go. He wrote, I so desperately do not want this, but if the people want it, I'll do it. 180,000 likes. All right, that's enough.
I listened to a lot longer than I should have of that when I...
Is that on Spotify?
Oh, I don't know. I saw it on
Download
Instagram,
it.
but...
We can make that our intro song. Jimbo, hit the first link in the Slack.
All right.
This is the first one that I've got for you. And show the people your workings. I want to see if this gets others nostalgic.
Rugrats. Yeah, that
Dude,
was a staple.
No joke. I almost goosebump up every time I hear this.
Yeah, there's an egregious amount of hearing this theme every day for many years.
Yeah. All right. What's the score on that? That's a big one, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good. What are we ranking out of?
Out of 10.
Ooh. I'd say a solid 8.
Solid 8, yeah. No, I mean, that's after school. I've just come home. I'm cozy. I'm having a snack.
Yeah.
No worries in the world. And it's early school, like I'm 5 watching that.
Yeah.
And every time I hear it now, like I'm at the point now where I can show my kids that show.
Yeah, true.
There's
You have to find somewhere to watch that.
We were discussing this the other day. Nostalgia has like this. I feel like it's making me sadder the longer my life goes on. I don't know whether that's a bad sign, but it really hits me. I think since having kids, nostalgia has hit me really hard. But for you, it's more of a joyful emotion, right?
Largely joyful. There's a small part that's like, oh, not feeling that again or experiencing that again or that childlike joy of those weird things. We got Liam in the chat saying 9 out of 10, Tommy the legend.
Yes, Tommy was an absolute legend. All right, I'm glad that got Liam.
Was it Angelica?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the bad kid. And she had, what was her doll called? Cynthia. All right.
Wow.
Give us your number 2. So I lead 8 nostalgia points
I
to 4.
fear I've shot myself in the foot by not going audio visual for all of these.
That's all right.
All right. So
not all of mine are audio visual either.
don't know if this is a gamble.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember Odds Bods.
Oh my gosh, that's a 10.
Yeah.
You know what? It's a 10. I literally in my office, I have the whole collection.
You've got them all still.
My dad worked for Smith's Chips.
That's gold.
So literally, this was the biggest promotion ever in Australia. I don't know whether this was international. Liam, help us out. Put them back on the screen. Oh, dude, I love Odd Bods so much. My
the
dad
glow
worked.
in the dark
Do you
ones.
remember my dad worked for Smith's Chips?
Yeah.
So at the church
True, I
camps,
forget
we'd
they were
always have
Smiths.
chips. Yeah.
That was like Tarzos and everything in those.
So, no, Tarzo's were
they not Smiths?
Lay's, I think. I think they were the partnership with Lay's. But Odd Bods,
You were livid about that.
were the big. I'm so excited I can hardly speak. They were the big response to Tarzo's.
Yeah.
And they took off.
They were gangbusters.
So Dad got us the whole folder, all the glow in the darks. I've literally in my study, I've got the whole folder of those.
The glow in the dark was I think that's what got him popping. I remember being like, this is the best.
Do you remember the heat ones? You hold your, it had like a black patch and you hold your finger down on it and it pops
those
up.
were sick too. I forget how many different variations. It was like glow in the dark, the heat sensitive stuff.
Dude, they were the best. Who have we got here?
They were so good.
All right, at the top we got Snorer O'Boring, Imposter Guru, yeah, like that, Miss Mathematic, B.O. Sweat, B.O. Sweat Hog promoting 2,000 push-ups, Bionic Bunny, Bullet Woman, Miss Mesmerized. I loved Hairy
I
Fairy.
remember Painto, man.
Oh yeah, dude,
He was creepy.
Oh, Robo Fish Guts, what a legend. Oh, if anybody else in the chat knows Odd Bods, yeah, that's a 10. I mean, I know it's not. I was surprised you brought it up. I didn't know you knew them. I've looked at them recently, but still, that gets me every time. Genuinely one of the biggest memories from my childhood.
So good.
All right, hit the second link that I sent you. I can't remember what this is now. What did I send you?
Let's go on a journey together.
Yeah, okay. I know this. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Paint supplies.
Factory surplus matches.
Paint supplies. 4 cans with dents and scratches.
Oh, that's got to be. You know it well.
For this,
Wait for this. My favourite bit's coming up. Listen to this harmony. Ready?
It's on the road to you.
Bum, 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 bum. When you see how much you save. Yeah, there you go. I don't know whether that's South Australian only. Is that SA only? Just off West Lakes Boulevard. Yeah, I think it is.
Well, yeah.
Right up there?
Yeah, that's...
What am I getting for that? Come on, instinct.
I'm on the 9 or 10. I'll go 9.
All right. By the way, for those watching on the vertical stream, I know you can't hear this. We have the full stream horizontal. So click onto Curt Can't Talk and you'll see this all in full HD on the widescreen. All the graphics, all the videos. All right, Jimbo, give us your last one. I currently lead 17-14. It's a cracking game of nostalgia power.
I had... Oh, man. Where's my link?
Oh, no.
Well, you've only...
Yeah, I've only sent you 2, but I've got one physical item. Oh, Jimbo might have a DNF here.
Oh, no.
Do you remember what it was?
It was going to be...
Wait, no, don't. If you can just look it up.
Oh, yeah, true.
If only I could look this up somehow without saying what it is. All right, while Jimbo's doing that, we'll say hello to everybody watching on the vertical stream. This is a sports show. We have the main show on Curt Can't Talk. Here we go. What have we got?
Here we go. I forgot the point system, so I may have already shot myself in the foot on this one.
Let us know in the chat.
Want a computer for work or home?
Dude.
See, how about a new IBM 300MX with heaps of RAM, huge hard drive, and an inbuilt modem?
face and his
CD,
voice.
monitor, speakers, mouse mat, keyboard, and software.
I know you told me about him the other week.
Windows,
That's
and
right.
Printer,
That's still
golf,
an 8.
Works, and more. 20 hours internet access, and A4 scanner,
All right.
Canon color
That's, you know what?
and all.
That's
2099.
I'll say how much...
What? $2,000.
Does that seem expensive or
That
cheap?
seems hugely expensive.
For back then, I'm like, that still seems like a lot.
A lot. That's like $15,000.
But I forget
now.
back then, like, tech was like,
Oh, yeah.
the only fancy people had that.
Dude, I'm giving you a 9 for that. I know you told me about that the other week, but just
I
seeing
thought
that ad again.
I'd ruined it.
All right, that's a good one. I'm not going to figure out the maths to see who wins. But, Jimbo, I've got a physical toy here.
Oh,
I'll
he's
show
gone,
the vertical
gone
stream.
physical.
Show everyone.
Hey!
Look at this. We got Power Rangers flip head toys. Did you have them, Jimbo?
I
The
did
Power
have
Rangers flip
those.
heads. These were my favorite toys in my entire life. Here you go. I'll chuck it over to you. That's a collector's item. Be careful.
Oh.
And that's the Tommy. It's a green Tommy Power Ranger. For those who don't remember,
Tattoo included.
yeah, show the tattoo included. So you have his normal head there as well. You press a button and his head flips over to his undressed head. And
Yeah.
you press the button again and it flips over to his Power Rangers uniform. What do I get for
100%
that?
had these.
You had him?
I reckon I had the green. Either I had the green or my brother had the green because I remember that gold collar you like clip around his head.
They were sick toys. They were my almost my favorite toys.
Yeah, it's got to be a 10, especially for physicality.
All right. So 27 points. I get to 23. I win the first
Ooh,
edition
snap.
of Nostalgia
Yeah,
Power.
my
That was
gro-
good. I want some.
My groan tube let me down.
Send some. Yeah, it did let you down. Send some comments in the chat. Put some comments in the chat. Things that make you really nostalgic.
Yeah, we had a
from
lot
your
of people
childhood.
saying Pogs and Tarzos.
Yeah.
Shrinkies that you put in the oven.
Oh. So they started off big and went.
Yeah, and then they go tiny.
Yeah.
forget.
I had some Bugs Bunny ones of those. They were good. Oh, you know what? Looking at the A&R computers ad, the thing that makes me really nostalgic, Jim,
Yep.
is when you would buy a computer game and it had its own big A4 box. Remember that?
Oh,
Like they weren't just in
yeah.
DVD covers.
Yeah,
They
it's
had
like
their
this
own
massive-
big cardboard
yeah,
box
yeah.
and you pull it out. You
And
got the big manual.
And some of them had the fancy like clear. You'd like open the
Oh,
front
yeah.
of it and like had a big. Oh, check this out.
And then that wait where you had to install it and hope that it worked on because
40 minutes
It wasn't
later.
a guarantee, like it is with the PlayStation or Xbox now, where it just boots up. You would install it, and sometimes it didn't work on your computer. I remember we bought a V8 Supercars game that I was so excited for, and all of the cars were just a clear, hollow shell. And I absolutely
Really?
sulked the rest of the day.
That's gold.
What were you going to say? You seemed like you had something in the chat there, ready to go. I thought you got excited about something.
I don't know the context, but Wayne Holler said, bit of sports nostalgia, Shane Lee hitting the sign.
Oh, yes, the ING sign. Was it ING or Mercantile Mutual at the time? Yeah. So back in one-day cricket, domestic, so WA versus SA or New South Wales or whatever, there used to be a sign, like 5 or 6 signs around the ground, and if a batsman hit a 6 and it hit that sign on the full, you would get like $10, $20, $50,000. One time,
as the batsman.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure
Snap.
Steve Waugh hit it when it was high. I reckon it peaked at 120 grand.
So it's the reverse of the 36ers and the burgers. The players get the prize.
Players get the prize and way more than a burger.
Yeah.
Which is crazy when you look back at it. Although I suppose a lot of these guys were maybe part-timers, like Shane Lee wasn't. But
How much of it was the guy saying, nobody ever hit it?
Well, possibly that, because you couldn't do that in 2020 now. They get hit 5 times a game. But back then it wasn't quite as attacking. So maybe that was an incentive to try and razz it up a little.
Also had Han saying, don't forget about the EMF chat.
Yeah, dude, I was just looking at that, Hans, on the thing. All right,
He's on it.
the substation story. Welcome to everybody watching. Let's talk some NFL, 49ers. So the 49ers have been cursed for years. They've got the highest injury ratio in the last, decade?
Yeah.
And especially this year, the 49ers have had so many, and it ruined their season. It was amazing that they made it to playoffs. Next to Levi Stadium is their training field. Next to their training field is an electrical substation. So a big facility that powers the whole area, the whole city, or the whole locale where they are. Now, there has been a conspiracy theory going around the internet by a man whose name escapes me at the moment, saying that there is proof that electromagnetic fields, i.e. the radiation coming off of the electrical substation, it's proven to wear down fibers, muscle fibers, tendons, ligaments, strengthen the human body. So it's not a surprise, he says, that the 49ers have had all of these significant injuries. These are significant. Achilles snapping, ACLs, bad calf injuries. It's because of the substation, he says. People dismissed it. They said, you're a nut. This is just more internet nonsense. But they kept getting injured. Now, Jimbo, I don't know if you know the basketball angle to this story. Do you know the basketball angle?
No, I don't know the basketball angle.
Christian McCaffrey,
Here we go.
who is the superstar running back for the 49ers, has had an incredible career, but he has a really big injury history, right? He's been impacted since he's been at the 49ers, whatever. There's this rumor about the substation. He goes to the basketball, Golden State, the San Francisco team. Sure. Jimmy Butler, whilst CMC, Christian McCaffrey, is at the basketball game, Jimmy Butler, right in front of him, goes down with an ACL. Tore his ACL. Now everyone's saying, oh my gosh, the players are transmitting it to other people. Obviously not funny that Jimmy Butler did his ACL, but the conspiracy theory's gone mad since then because they're saying, oh no, they're taking it from here to there. Now it's doing the basketball. Get out of the stadium, Christian McCaffrey.
They're radioactive.
So yeah, they're radioactive. The players are radioactive. So that's going on and on. But the thing that has made it really interesting this week is that in one of their postseason press conferences, John Lynch, the general manager of the San Francisco 49ers, and a very good and successful one, when asked about the substation and the injuries, said, you know what? We're looking at it. We're looking at it. He didn't dismiss it. He didn't say it's rubbish, it's nonsense. They are leaving no stone unturned.
Yeah, I feel like the media's gone bonkers with his "we're looking into everything" statement and just said they're looking like they've.
So
I feel like it's blown up a fair bit because I think he's more making a. I haven't actually seen him. I've seen the write ups about it, but a lot of the quotes is just we've been reaching out to anyone and everyone. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I think you have to look into everything. But I think they have actually been reaching out to people. But multiple scientists have come out, similar to when I covered this before it was breaking news. Multiple scientists have said, like, at the amounts that Peter Cowan in his first paper put out about it, he said, the amounts you're talking about, they're like, there's absolutely no way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like anyone in the science-based side has said, like, yeah, there's nothing to this, but it is a fun thing to hook onto and run with.
It is fun.
Definitely,
it is fun
definitely
because
gives the 49ers.
He didn't deny it. He didn't say, no, we're not looking at it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And I think his answer was maybe saying, yeah, sure, we'll look at it. But now everyone goes, oh, we're looking at it. We're looking at it. We're not ruling it out. It must be a thing.
I can only imagine the 49ers are hooking on to there's something here.
Yeah, the strength and conditioning coach most certainly is hooking onto that.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Oh, we've got somebody saying, who's going to win the Super Bowl, Curt?
Is this coming from the vertical stream?
Yeah, coming from the vertical.
Hello, legend. Great to have you here. So we've got the Rams and the Patriots. The Seahawks and the Patriots. I think the Seahawks are almost unstoppable after watching that today. If Reek Woolen doesn't give away another silly penalty like that, if they can... I mean, they played a juggernaut offensive team in the Rams today, and they got it done. They won't face that offensive pressure next week. Drake May in 3 playoff games has had 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and a lot of fumbles. I know he was important in some ways today, and it was snowy, so you can't really take that into account. But I think if you put Pat's offense up against Seahawks defense, I think the Seahawks comes out on top. And I hope, because I love the Sam Darnold story, I think he can hold it together for next week or 2 weeks' time and put in a winning performance. I wouldn't begrudge either winner. I think it could be really tight. I don't think it'll be super high scoring. If it's a blowout, it's the Seahawks. If it's a tight defensive scrap fest and the Pats sort of bring the Seahawks offense down to their sort of tough and scrappy level, I think the Pats have a real chance. But I'll say Seahawks. Long-winded answer. What do we think on the chat? Let us know in both horizontal and vertical streams. Let us know. Good question. So that's the substation, Jim. That's the substation.
It'll be interesting to see what unfolds. See if anyone actually gives an official statement.
Yeah. Have you got anything else? I got one more thing before we go. Have you got something else you want to bring up today?
No, I think that's everything I had.
All right. Have you seen the Bangladesh drama in the T20 World Cup? So the cricket, put yourself on screen, Jimbo. The T20 Cricket World Cup starts in only a week and a half. It's February 7th. And we'll be doing a live watch along on Feb 11th, Australia versus Ireland, right here on this very channel. Huge drama this week. So Bangladesh and India have been in a real period of political turmoil. So
this is the one I talked about last week.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what?
And you thought I was talking about Pakistan.
I apologize.
No, that's all right.
Okay.
I just
did you tell the story last week?
Oh, I just said.
Or you just
I forget
mentioned
the context.
something.
I brought it up.
No, we were
and
talking
said,
about the handshake controversy last week.
which was Bangladesh.
Was
and
it?
India? Yeah.
Okay.
Because of the political stance.
Right. Okay. My confusion was
Because that's where I think I brought it up in relation to saying, like, what does the countries have to do with anything that you guys are doing on field because of, I forget the other case we were talking about, the more solo-based sport. But
tennis we were talking about.
Tennis, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. And I was confused because Pakistan and India have had a handshake incident in the last 12 months.
Okay.
Anyway, so the Bangladeshi issue is that their prime minister, ex-prime minister now, who is Sheikh Hasina, she was deposed, accused actually of genocide. There were student protests. She allowed the use of lethal force. 1,400 students died. 1,400. Right. So she obviously gets deposed. They have an international crimes tribunal or court in Bangladesh who have sentenced her to death. Getting heavy. Not a way to finish the show. But this is the situation, right? She flees to India.
Yep.
And the accusation from Bangladesh to India is that they are housing the criminal, right?
Yep.
So they say, we want her extradited. India is considering it at the moment. They're looking into it, whatever. So because of that, it's really tense between Bangladesh and India. And this all plays out in the cricket. There's been some other really nasty stuff that's gone on. But Bangladesh have been saying to the ICC, the International Cricket Council, look, we don't feel safe playing in India. The current situation is brutal both ways. It's not safe for Bangladesh players to go and play in India. They said there's a solution because the tournament is played in both India and Sri Lanka. There's 2 host countries. So they said, please, ICC, as Bangladeshis, allow us to play our games in Sri Lanka where we feel safe, not in India. The ICC responded yesterday and said, there is no credible threat to your safety. We will not move the games. You will play in India. You have 24 hours to respond. If you don't respond, you are out of the tournament.
What I don't get is how this, obviously being ignorant on the situation, but how does it translate to hostility amongst the people when in reality it's just somebody has fled to your country that is clearly done wrong and we want them back? Like, how is everyone so like, how's it getting violent amongst people?
I won't speak out of school, but I mean, in a lot of conflicts, especially in particularly patriotic nations, actions from above filter down into the attitudes of people, right?
Yeah.
And they're what may start as the core issue sometimes can spread into other issues as well that become personal, and different levels of people come involved in different ways. So there was an incident in India that people can look up, and I'm sure there's been things in Bangladesh as well that's been very, very nasty. So this whole thing has gotten pretty out of control with accusations both ways and now some real violence. So it's fair that I think that the Bangladeshis say we really don't want to play in India. That's not a blight on the whole of India, obviously, but they're just saying we don't feel safe. ICC said no, you have 24 hours to respond. They didn't respond, so the ICC says, well, that's your official withdrawal.
Wow.
And Liam's boys, Scotland, are in. They get the reprieve. They were the highest ranked team outside of the World Cup, the T20 World Cup that hadn't qualified, so Scotland are in on 2 weeks' notice. Scotland had an inkling that this might be happening, so they've been training. They had the team together. They sort of got a heads up, hey, this is getting nasty. So just like that, Scotland are playing in about 9 days' time in the T20 Cricket World Cup. And Bangladesh, who used to be, 20 years ago, they were a real minnow of cricket. But now they play Test cricket. Now they are respectable in the short forms. And that's a loss. It's a real loss to the tournament. And it's sad that it's come to that. But yeah, that's where the T20 World Cup is at.
Snap. What a shake-up.
I know, it is. It is. I mean, Bangladesh weren't tipped to win it, but it's always sad when there's good cricketers and, good talent that you don't get to see for reasons beyond their control. And a couple of players have been dropped from their Indian Premier League sides that are Bangladeshi, so it's been affecting all levels of cricket. But anyway, that's the big story in the T20 cricket. We will be covering a lot of the T20 World Cup on this show, including that live watch-along, Australia versus Ireland. I can't wait. Wednesday, the 11th of Feb. All right.
Terrific. Just had Hans in the chat chiming in on the EMF. He said there's a reason why homes under high tensile power lines are cheap. Scientists told us climate change was man-made for years, Jimbo. Basically saying, well, just because the scientists are telling us doesn't mean it's true.
I love Hans. He is our resident conspiracy theorist. And
also a 49ers fan. Right?
He gets more convincing by the week. Is he a 49ers?
Is he? I thought he was.
Oh, Hans,
I could be wrong.
I know so many football fans that I forget who everyone goes for. Not sure. All right.
That's what Alex said. Two greatest words in the English language. Default.
I think he's cheering on Scotland there.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching. It's been a good night. That's a
good hour 20.
Oh, my watch has stopped. The gold watch that you were banging on about before. I was like, we've been going for an hour.
So it is all show.
It's almost midnight. Yeah, definitely all show. Definitely all show. Yes, great to have you all here. Thank you very much for Ben, who called in. Thank you very much for everybody in the chat and everybody who watches silently. We love it as well. Thank you to everybody on the vertical stream. I've said it a million times, but it's a transient audience sometimes on there. So I'll say we do have this show in the full widescreen with the graphics and everything. So make sure you hit subscribe. You won't miss a thing. We'll see you all on Monday. Next Monday, we've got the Outback Quarterback podcast. Not tomorrow because we had our live watch along today. So go back on the Outback QB channel and watch that. But remember, we've got some podcast episodes coming up. I'm talking to some very interesting people in sport in the next couple of weeks. There's more content coming from Curt Can't Talk. I'm Curt. I did talk, and it was great talking to you. We'll see you soon.